Hi guys, welcome to Simply Scuba. Here we have the Mares Magellan BCD. So this is a wing style travel BCD. It's made to be sort of light and stripped down. It's very similar to the Bolt and the Pure, but the main difference is in the shoulder straps. They've got these very unique sort of delta shapes, which is getting more and more common sort of in this kind of season, which just make it that bit more comfortable, but we'll take a closer look at that. So this is really for the traveling diver, someone who wants a real sort of lightweight BCD. That kind of wing style is becoming much more sort of prominent in the diving scene. Let's take a closer look. So starting up over your left-hand shoulder, traditional corrugated hose, low pressure inflator. Of course, you do get a hose with it, and that just goes over your left-hand shoulder to the Mares Ergo inflator. Same across their entire range, so it's very easy to get used to. Red button inflates, grey button deflates, and then on the inside of this, there's also a small stainless steel cable. So if you just grab hold of the inflator, you don't have to push any buttons, just yank this down over your shoulder, and then that's going to vent from over your left-hand shoulder. So that's a real quick way to sort of start the descent. Everyone else is giving the okay, let's go down. You just yank that down. As long as your shoulders are upright, you'll sink. Underneath that, we've got this section of neoprene either side of the sort of shoulder straps, just where your neck's going to be. Because this is a travel BCD, they're assuming you're going to be just wearing a rash vest, if anything. So this section of neoprene is just going to be softer against your skin compared to this sort of traditional sort of edging. So it's not going to dig in, it's not going to be uncomfortable. The delta shape, when it's actually on a person, it makes a lot more sense. It kind of wraps around your shoulder, it's more ergonomic, and then sort of disappears underneath your arm and sort of meets across in the chest. So it sits really comfortably. It doesn't feel bulky anywhere sort of around your shoulders, so you get a real sort of freedom of movement and you don't really notice the straps. So this sort of new delta shape is definitely going, it's definitely got legs in it. So underneath that, we've got a small stainless steel D-ring. This looks anodized as well. It might even be aluminium because it feels quite light, nice and small, so you can clip your sort of gauges or a DSMB or whatever off onto that. Exactly the same on the right-hand shoulder strap. Joining the two, we have a chest strap, pinch clip on the right-hand side, one-way adjustment. This has a small whistle kind of built into it, just in case you need to get someone's attention. You don't have to have a separate whistle kind of attached to you. Over your right-hand shoulder strap, you have a pull dump, so yank down on that and the valve over your right-hand shoulder is going to vent. You do have some adjustment in these shoulder straps as well. We've got these sections of webbing here at the back. Lots of customization on this BCD. You can tighten straps and loosen them so they kind of fit different body shapes. The back pad itself is foldable, it's kind of semi-rigid, so again, it's made for the traveling diver, so someone who wants to sort of pack this down as small as possible, and that's definitely going to help you. A lot of this is made out of quite chunky sort of foam padding, so this is almost like ½ an inch thick, so it's very soft and comfortable, especially if you're just wearing a rash vest. There's no sort of rigid back plate protecting your back from the cylinder, so this padding is going to be nice and comfortable, and it just means your cylinder's not going to be digging in. It's also quick drying as well, so again, for the traveling diver, you go for a dive and then you're traveling sort of the day or the day after, you don't want to wait for it to dry, so this dries very, very quickly compared to a lot of other fabrics. Moving down onto the sort of right-hand sort of waist strap, again, we have some adjustability in that, so you can make it a little bit longer or a little bit shorter. Underneath the integrated weights, I'll show you the integrated weights in a second, but underneath that we have this fold-away pocket. So that's sort of zipper opening. So if you want to keep something with you, take something with you on a dive, like a DSMB, you can stow that away in that. If you don't like it, you can always roll it back up. You've got this section of Velcro, and that just tucks it away nice and neatly. You can still use that D-ring behind it. It's kind of there if you need to deploy it, but if you don't want sort of something flapping around, then you've always got you can always stow it away. Integrated weights, very quick and easy. Pinch clip, just pinch that, grab hold of the red thing, and then that sort of weight pocket's kind of come out. It's nice and secure, so you don't have to worry about sort of, oh, is it kind of setted in? Yes, it's in, and that's not going to fall out. Moving across the main waistband, there's no cummerbund in this. It's just a simple sort of almost, it's like an 1.5 inch sort of webbing strap, pinch clip in the middle. On the right hand side, we do have, again, the integrated weights, but we also have this nice grommets as well. So you can attach a knife onto that. If you want a BCD knife, you don't want a separate one sort of attached onto you anywhere else, you can attach it onto there. It's best to stick with brands. A Mares knife is always going to fit on a Mares BCD. And underneath that, again, we have another metal D-ring, just so you can clip things off onto that. So showing you the side of the BCD, so the wing itself, you'll notice there's very little sort of volume here in this section up around your shoulders. Most of it is lower down, it's down towards your sides, down towards your kidneys, and that just means that when you're actually diving, it's holding you in a horizontal position. If you have too much air up around your shoulders, it's just going to keep you in that sort of head upright position, which is just going to slow you down, it's going to get you tired, so you want to be nice and horizontal. It has these sort of elasticated bands around this sort of big section here. So, and that's basically so that when you deflate it, they kind of wrap that ring in and sort of keep it nice and neat and tidy. So when it's not fully inflated, it's nice and neat and it's not just sort of flapping around. So, turning all the way around, looking at the back side of the BCD. So over your left-hand side, we've got your shoulder pull dump. We've got another overpressure valve on your right-hand side, but pull on that little toggle and that will open that. You can see we've got a little leash here that can go around your cylinder valve. That just acts as a second redundancy for your main cam band, just to stop your cylinder from sliding downwards. But what's stopping it from kind of twisting and turning is going to be the main shape of the bladder. Because it inflates either side of that of your cylinder, it's going to stop it from twisting and turning, so it's going to stay sort of exactly sort of where you want, and it's not going to be sort of wobbling around. Lower down we have a plastic cam band, very traditional. It does the job. It's a 2-inch webbing cam band. And then down on your right hand side on the inside we have our kidney dump, so you can yank down on that. That's primarily if you're sort of face down or horizontal and you just need to dump some gas, you can always use that dump valve. So all in all, it's a very nice travel style BCD. It's very lightweight. It's really for the recreational diver. The only things I don't really like about it are these. These are a bit of aesthetically they're nice, but they're a bit of a flappy snag hazard. That's just going to catch on something, so I'd probably sort of swap that out. But otherwise, it's got some sort of pockets if you really want to. It's got integrated weights. It's got padding everywhere you need it. It's a nice travel BCD. This is the Mares Magellan BCD. Thanks for watching and safe diving.
We are an online dive store serving the UK and the world for all your diving equipment needs. So why not visit us at simplyscuba.com or click the box on your screen.